Hey guys, I'm gonna just do a little demonstration. I've done this several times, but if you can grasp this, you don't need to know a whole bunch of stuff. You really need to understand Newton's law, right? You do not let the simplicity. Most people they see these demonstrations and they don't grasp the magnitude of how powerful this is, right? Because we're dealing with unseen forces, right? In this here, you can actually see how energy is transmuted. And if you're gonna put a little bit of energy into anything you're doing, you only get a little back. It's a law. You can't mathematically change this law. If you give a little more energy, you get that same amount of a little bit more back. If you put massive energy in, now there's 5 balls here, and if I drop 3 and there's only 2 on that side, it still has 3 go that way. I mean, it's the most magical thing once you understand that. That's all you need to know. Whatever it is you're doing, if you just put massive energy into it, you're gonna get massive back. It is so simple and easy. You don't have to know much. Right now, I'm trying to give you an understanding of what's going on and why you are where you are. But to change your life, you don't need to know hardly anything. You need to know if I'm thinking negatively, I'm going to get negative back. If I can think positively more than I'm thinking negatively and give it more energy, and this is the problem, you have to be consciously aware when you're changing your paradigm. Because your paradigm is you're going to just unconsciously be in the negative. So you make a committed decision, I'm going to start thinking at least an hour a day on positive and things that I want. Give it attention. And the more energy you can give with enthusiasm and inspiration, the more positive energy you're going to get back. And when I say you need to watch this 1,000 times so you understand it, it's not because I want your views. I need you to understand that. You need to have a deep-rooted understanding, not a surface understanding. Every one of you knows what you should be doing, but you're not doing it. Why? Because you're programmed. You know you should be reading. You know you should be studying. You know you should be thinking positively. But why are you not doing that? Because you're programmed. That's not part of your downloaded system. If you can just think of yourself as a computer, right? When we used to get computers back in the day and you'd open it up, there'd be nothing on it. You'd have to download the apps and the information. That's what we're doing. We are downloading new information, right? So I'm trying to get as many people as I can to look at what they think, unlearn what they think is real through study and debunking it, and learn new information and download that new information in, right? You have to challenge these old beliefs that people have put on you, right? If you think money is evil, why do you think that? Who said that so many times that it downloaded into you, right? Most of our program is downloaded from a parent or a friend or a teacher or a coach. It's not even our program, because from the last trimester until you're 7, you're in theta. You're just downloading all information that comes in. Your frontal cortex isn't even formed yet. You're in hypnosis. You're just being downloaded with all of this information. And most people from age 7 on just run with that program. They never question it, they never change it. Sure, they can get a job and they can be halfway successful and they can be, right? But if you're unhappy at your job, you're not successful, in my mind, right? And so how much energy you put into the journal, or you put into these videos, or you put into your affirmations, or you put into your writing out your goals every day and thinking and becoming emotionally involved in what you're doing. Same with the relationship. Same if you want to get in shape. I've said it 100 times. If you go to the gym once, twice, 3 times, nothing changes. It's like day 90, right? We know it takes 66 days to change the average habit. And it can take up to 256 days to change the really nasty habits, right? You can't miss a day, right? If you miss a day, you start over, right? You can get on NASA's websites. They've created glasses that invert everything, right? And your brain, it will invert everything back if you wear those glasses for an extended period of time. But if you miss one day and then put them back on, you have to start that back over again at the beginning, day 1, right? Same thing is true. That's why I've created a journal for 90 days. And if you can do it, with consistency, you're going to change a lot of habits in the first journal. And in the first year, if you're just changing habits, that's awesome. And you're not trying to create anything crazy, right? But if you want to change everything, you need to understand energy, Newton's laws, action, reaction. Your today was created yesterday and a week ago and a month ago, right? Once you can understand that, everything becomes super simple, right? You're aware. Most people are just unaware. It used to drive me crazy when my mentor would say, people don't make $50,000 a year because they want to make $50,000 a year. They make $50,000 a year because they're unaware how to make $100,000 a year. Until I started to understand through studying, that's true. They're unaware of the actions they need to be taking to produce that outcome, right? And they probably have limiting beliefs that they're only, right, their value system is $50,000 a year. That's why I'm having you change your beliefs, because you can't outpicture your beliefs, right? You can say, I want to make $10 million this year. It's going to feel icky because your belief system does not support that. You have to change those beliefs. And as you change those beliefs, your results will start to change. It is the most simple thing to understand once you become aware of the information. But you have to remove yourself from overthinking and thinking that it has to be hard and that we have to struggle and fight and that life's not fair and whatever your belief systems are, right? You're at the point where you have to start walking through the terror barrier. Has to be done. And you've all done this in your life. Remember the first day of school when you went to the school and you were terrified and you couldn't sleep the night before because you were going from junior high to high school or elementary to junior high or high school to college or whatever it was. Or you started a job and you were freaked out because you were unaware of what tasks you really needed to know to be good at whatever it is you were doing, right? You had to walk through the terror barrier. You had to show up. You had to ask questions. You had to not know a lot of things. You didn't have an understanding. You were unaware of all of the information you needed to be good at that, but you did it. You walked through the terror barrier. You kept going. You kept asking questions. Pretty soon you became really good at whatever it is you were trying to do. Now I'm trying to get you to magnify that by changing beliefs and believing that you can be a multimillionaire or whatever it is that you are trying to do. You can do that. You can be an amazing person that is full of love and doesn't have hatred. You can be one of the best authors that's ever lived, right? Whatever it is that's tugging on you, that wants to, your soul is always for constant expression. It is constantly wanting to express amazingness through you, but your belief system doesn't support that. You keep thinking, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I need to know more, I need to study more, I need to learn more. No, you don't. You need to start taking action. Every action has a reaction. Some of those actions you're going to fail at. Then you look at them, you connect the dots. Oh, I need to change this about that. And then you do that action step again, and then you get a different result, right? You're changing your vibration by getting rid of the negative and implanting positive. And the more you raise your vibration, the more action steps you're willing to take. Super simple, right? But you got to walk through the terror barrier. And this is where most people get stuck. But once you walk through the terror barrier and get through it, you don't have to resort back to your comfort zone because you made it through, right? And then as you get really good at what it is you're doing, then you have to walk through another terror barrier, right? You're going to go from supervisor to CEO, or you're going to go from making 1,000 a week to making 10,000 a week, or whatever it is you're trying to do. We don't set goals for the things that we're trying to obtain. And in the beginning, you're going to think that that's a crazy statement. We set these ginormous goals because we know we have to grow and stretch to get there. Who do I have to become to get that result? I have to change. I cannot get there as the person I am, right? I have to change who I am. And so I do that by trying to change these beliefs that are in me through studying and through asking questions and through writing things down and from looking at them. And when I'm feeling like, man, this is kind of tough, I resort back to Newton's law. Action, reaction, action, reaction. Give more action, give more action, give more energy, more energy, more energy, right? But if you just look at Newton's law and you can't believe it, that it works in the non-physical like it does in the physical, right? That's a belief you got to get rid of. So I hope this was helpful. If you guys could ask questions and we could really have a real conversation. I don't know what you guys want to know. I don't know what you guys are going through. I don't know what hurdles you're trying to get over. But if you're trying to do it on your own, it's painful. So if you want help, reach out. And if you don't want to reach out, DM us. So it's private, whatever. I don't care, right? We can have a phone conversation, or we can get on Zoom, or whatever you need to be. And I can help you get over whatever little hurdle. I can make you aware of what you need to do, even though you already know what you should be doing, but you're not doing it because your program won't let you, right? We got to quit looking at the past and the future as much and stay in the present moment. What can I do right now that will help my future? Well, I could be reading, or I could be studying, or I could be writing down that page in the book that I want to write, right? Taking action steps towards the end result that you want, and not letting the fear and the terror barrier hold me back. So appreciate you guys. Thank you. Keep smiling. Right? If you're willing to change, everything will change for you, but you got to be willing to change, right? And the most important word in there is if. If you'll do the exercises, or if you'll read the books, or if you'll change your beliefs. Because if you won't, you're not gonna. So if is a very important word when you're talking about changing. So I hope that helped. I could use some feedback on things that I could be doing better, or topics that you guys want to talk about. Right? I'm just going to keep talking about how simple this stuff is, and that you don't need to know all of this in-depth understanding on what's really going on. We can get to all that later on. Once you start taking action and understanding, right, and changing these beliefs, and how important these beliefs are holding you back, and that you need to remove them and put new beliefs in and challenge everything and study it like a scientist. So thanks, guys. Have a great day. Bye.